You know when you're out minding your own business, walking around town, having a great day, and then you quickly realize within a fraction of a second that you just stepped on a chewed up piece of gum? Yeah, it's the worst, right? Because there's absolutely no way to get the gum off your shoe, and you can't just take your shoes off, so you need to continue walking, while every single step that you take feels like being tethered to a grisly world where people toss their garbage solely for you to step on! Anyways, that feeling's just like when you try to walk through enemy ink in Splatoon. And yes, I know it's not as bad, seeing as how in Splatoon you can easily cover their ink with yours, but I want to prove that the people who spit their gum out on the street can't win. That's why today, I'll be using ink resistance up, and only ink resistance up, to prove that we can't let the people who litter win. And also to see if it'll give me some kind of edge over everyone else. I will say though, this really won't help me much at all. In my opinion, ink resistance up is pretty useless. The point of using it can literally be nullified by pressing ZR. Once. With any weapon. So this challenge is meant to see how well I can play without any abilities at all. So, get ready for failure compilation number 6. This ability sucks. This is not a good ability. Ink resistance up, it's pretty useless. Like I said, like, it's used if you don't like your feet sticking to the ground. And that's about it. With all abilities filled, you can pretty much run as fast as you can on normal ground, except a little slower. It's very... yeah. I mean, comparing it, this is with nothing. I mean, obviously, it's a lot slower, but... I mean, you know? Like, I'm fine now. It's just... I don't know. You know, aside from just, like, making you run faster, it also does reduce the damage that you take when in enemy ink. So, I mean, that's something cool. As you can see right now, I've taken a lot more damage. I mean, I'm sure it's not useless, but it's just not ideal. You probably don't want to use max of this ever. Actually, no, you don't. I can say that with 100% certainty, you do not want to use ink resistance up on its own. It's not worth it. So today we're playing Splat Zones. It's an Anarchy series battle, and I don't know how this is gonna go. I mean, we got Mahi Mahi. This is like a swimming pool, so really there won't be any sticky ground, or there shouldn't be because there's water everywhere. Okay, great. There's sticky ground everywhere. Thanks, PP. But yeah, like, usually for these videos I like to showcase things, but like, there's no... yeah, look at this! Wow! I mean, it's cool, but I still can't swim in enemy ink, and there's no reason to just needlessly run into enemy ink at all. Maybe that was an example of the damage reduction, maybe. It might be a stretch, but I mean, it might have been. See, that one could have been too. Maybe. No, that definitely was not. Back in Splatoon 1, I believe there was an ability called damage reduction, where it actually reduced the damage you took. Could be wrong about that, but I haven't played Splatoon 1 in a long time, and I technically now, at this point, I can't play it anymore because the server's shut down. So this is the closest we have to damage reduction. Ink resist up. You know, the only other ability that I think is more useless, although it might not even be more useless, I think it is better. I can't remember the name of it because I don't use it, but I think it's sub resist up, because that one actually does have a purpose. Like, that reduces damage from sub-weapons. Not just damage, it reduces the effect of sub-weapons, so like including toxic mist and point sensors and things like that. So technically, I think it's better. And still, it's not great. And obviously, you don't want to use max of it. You know, fun fact, when I was actually making this gear, I kind of didn't want to play matches, just grinding for the abilities. And I had so many chunks left over that I just, like, pretty much put every ability in myself, because you just never use this ability, so I had like over 300 chunks. And we won, which is actually different from what I expected, because usually when I do these videos, it always goes wrong, but that one went well. Ink resist up is probably the best ability. If it can help me win, then anything's possible. You know, I guess another benefit is that when you're running through ink, you run with a smile. Usually you're struggling, but he's just running through like nothing. Except when he stands still. Then he's in pain. So right now, I'm trying out the stamper. Well, technically, yes, they're a stamp. But I'm trying out the Splatana because I want to try something more close range to see if it enhances the ability of the ability. You know what I mean? I've also just been using this weapon a lot recently on my own time because I learned to kind of like it. Because I always see people using Splatanas and they're always like really good and they get like insane, like the highest splats out of anyone per game. And I wanted to see if I could do something with it. And I can. Well, not right now. And also, I have learned to appreciate the stamper. It's confusing talking about stamps, because like everything's a stamp in this game, it feels like. Well, not every... There's 2 things in this game are stamps. But 2 is too overwhelming for me, apparently. I used to say I didn't like the idea of this weapon, and I wanted there to be a different version, because I hated the sub and special, but I've actually grown to kind of like them. They do what they're supposed to for this kit. Yeah, I do like this thing. I like this too. Never mind, I hate it. No, it's fine. It's just sometimes it doesn't work the way that you want it to, and it's very frustrating. Okay, and the hitbox on that's frustrating too. Did you see that? Whoa, my audio readout is crazy. Why is my mic so loud today? I ordered a new microphone, so within the next videos and streams, you may notice a different quality. Hopefully it doesn't sound like garbage, because I paid a nice amount of money for it. But you'll see. Or, I guess you don't. You'll hear. The rotation happened, so now we're playing some Rainmaker. Will that benefit us at all? Probably not. But I don't think it'll harm us. It might harm us. Nah, it definitely will. Splatted and disconnect right away. Okay, let's try again. Will it benefit us, or will it harm us? Things look good. Things look good. Darn it, I really messed that up, didn't I? I'm like the worst bodyguard. The bodyguard gets distracted by like a coin on the ground. Like, oh look, it's a coin! We're good. Uh-oh, oh no! What? Huh? Hitbox? You see it? Whoa! That was cool! You know, the Stamper's hitbox is... I feel like it's one of the most inconsistent things in gaming. So... I don't know. I don't know if it's that bad. I've never actually, like, seen the hitbox, but every time I use it and something happens like that, I always question... Darn it! Same with the super armor of Zipcaster. Nice! Whenever I edit these videos, I always try to put in some moments that make me look like I know what I'm doing. My favorite comments that I read are the ones that are like, hey, don't worry for being bad. It makes you seem human, because not everyone's perfect. And you know, I appreciate it, but also, I'm pretty bad. And it's like it's like, yeah, you know, that's a positive outlook on things. But at least I'm having fun. Hello. It's not fun anymore! I wanna go home! I wanna go home! Please, no! Oh! Are you serious? We all immediately stopped. I love this game. Hey! How's it going? Say what you want about the disconnects of this game, but when moments like that happen, it lightens up my day. Darn. Please, let me do this. See that? I'll be this person's sword and shield. Never mind. I'm not. Just the sword, not the shield. Like a short sword, like the shortest sword, like a dagger. I'll be your dagger. What are you telling me that didn't hit? Really? We gotta remove hitboxes in games. Like, we just get rid of them. We don't. I don't even think they work. They don't work properly. We have to abolish them. They gotta go. Why did you... Ew, hitboxes. Someone has to outlaw these things. What do you mean, remove hitboxes? It's exactly what it sounds like. I want them completely removed from every video game. How would that even work? I mean, if there's no hitboxes, then no one can get hit. Well, that wouldn't change much, would it? What's happening there? How? What? What? Don't even. I get. We gotta get rid of those hitboxes. I'm telling you. See that? All right. Now it's just the hitbox argument hour, because I feel like that one actually shouldn't have hit, but it did. Someone needs to take the fall for these hitbox scandals. I'm not even gonna say what I'm gonna say, because you already know what I'm gonna say. All right, if I say the box word anymore, then something will happen. I don't know what. That team is stacked. Did you see that? They had like 4 wins in a row, like 5. Well, not 5. They all had successive wins in rows. I think the highest I got was 4 series wins in a row. I was using the Splatoon, believe it or not. May not have seemed like it the last few games, but we've established before that there is a stream curse. Whenever my software is open, it's, we're bound for a bad time! See, I'm using the Nozzlenose right now, and I don't usually use the Nozzlenose. Whoops, obviously I don't, because I forgot what special it had. But, you know, I just kind of felt like, why not? You know, why not use it? I think it'd be funny to just get really good with this thing, because it's a very difficult weapon to use. But, man, I'm not bad, huh? Look! Well, I got the sound, but I didn't get the effect. We in the Nozzlenose community call that a dud. And the Nozzlenose community, I don't think that exists. You can make it exist. Yeah, I just threw a wall down and a bubbler at the same time. That's right. Oh, you snuck behind me! Hey, that was the person that I was the dagger for. It makes sense, stabbing me in the back. You know, I actually think that this weapon is really interesting, because if you don't use it properly, it punishes you greatly because of the lag between shots. So you have to make sure that you hit shots. So it's like the ultimate, like, aim training weapon. Well, would you look at that? I mean, honestly, I don't think that one went too badly, considering that I'm using this weapon for, like, the first time in months, and I'm using terrible... I was gonna say terrible abilities? No. One terrible ability. And I got a fist bump. Whoa! I almost dropped my controller. Even though that one went really well, and I feel like I should keep going, I'm gonna stop it there, because I want to end it on a good note. So, in conclusion, ink resistance up? Not great. Really, that's all I have to say about it. I mean, the ability itself is not that useful, considering you can just fix the problem of walking through ink by literally pressing one button. If you're gonna use it, use like one sub of it. I mean, maybe there's some people out there that love this ability, and if you're one of those people, I'm sorry, but I'm not a big fan.